Shoulder to shoulder, the young, the passionate, the defiant march against Israel's war in Gaza.
Up with liberation! Down with occupation!
From coast to coast and in their hundreds, pro-Palestinian protesters demand an end to a conflict thousands of kilometres away, but too close to home.
My children and my grandchildren are living in Tehran right now, so ask me, air my voice.
This is a moment in history, and unfortunately our Prime Minister is totally missing in action.
A charge the government rejects.
Our focus continues to be on helping Australians out of Israel, making sure that in Gaza and Israel, hostages are returned and humanitarian aid can get into Gaza.
As the war approaches its second year, there's fresh hope that Israel's US-sanctioned ceasefire with Iran opens the door to a fresh ceasefire with Hamas too.
Most people see that these two conflicts are related, and we need to make sure that we are urging peace in both circumstances.
After on-again, off-again ceasefire talks, the United States is intensifying pressure on both sides to do a deal. Donald Trump's determined to leverage momentum from what he's described as the great success of the Iranian ceasefire to put an end to the war in Gaza. And the timing could be crucial. The US president appears closer than ever with his Israeli counterpart. Again lashing out at Benjamin Netanyahu's corruption trial, Donald Trump wrote, "It's terrible what they are doing in Israel to Bibi," even suggesting the US, as a major financial backer, are not going to stand for this. He's right now in the process of negotiating a deal with Hamas, the Post read, including getting the hostages back. Building on his earlier statement,
"We think within the next week we're going to get a ceasefire."
Inside the enclave, there are no signs of a halt in hostilities. The death, destruction and despair continues unabated. Jane Norman, ABC News, Canberra.
Inside Menachem Tal's home are the shattered memories of his life.
So I see the disaster.
His destroyed apartment is just metres from where 8 Israelis were killed by an Iranian missile during the 12-day war.
When you're at war, you must pay the price for it.
Menachem isn't like most Israelis we've spoken to who supported Israel's attack on Iran. And his frustration is boiling over at Israel's leader, Benjamin Netanyahu.
What will you say to him if he was standing here in your living room?
Resign now. What?
Bibi, as he's known here, has been under growing internal and external pressure for months. But when he launched attacks on Iran, national unity took hold.
We will f*** the and after that nobody will even think about starting even a small thing with Israel.
In a rare public appearance, the Israeli leader was celebrated. Here, crowds chant, "Bibi, King of Israel, lives and endures."
So there was quite a surprising cross-political majority support within the Jewish population. Even a majority of those who define themselves as left-wing thought it was the right thing for Israel to initiate this attack.
Polling done since the war in Iran ended shows Benjamin Netanyahu's personal approval has risen slightly, but perhaps not as much as he would expect. And if an election were to be held today, it's likely he would lose power. People here say it's because of one festering wound, the war in Gaza and the hostages still held there.
Last night, thousands of protesters were back on the streets of Tel Aviv, demanding a Gaza ceasefire to bring the remaining 50 Israeli hostages home.
We are completely fed up from this war. We want our hostages back. There have been 631 days in captivity.
Bring the hostages back home now!
And it appears any political capital from Netanyahu's 2-week war on Iran has quickly disappeared. Alison Horn, ABC News, Tel Aviv.
The centre of Tehran was bubbling over with grief and anger. Death to the USA and Israel, these mourners chant.
We will destroy Israel.
Hundreds of thousands pay their respects to the prominent victims of the Israeli strikes.
Our main message here is revenge.
60 coffins paraded through the city streets, carrying the images of dead, high-ranking military commanders and leading nuclear scientists. The heavy toll Iran has paid, broadcast for all the world to see, not only from the top echelon of its military leaders, but from its nuclear program. Iran's state media says at least 11 prominent scientists were assassinated. Iran's judiciary also says 71 people died when Israel bombed a large prison, where many protesters and dissidents are held near Tehran. Iran's supreme leader was not present and has reportedly taken to a bunker amid fears he could still be targeted. Iran's foreign minister posting on social media, "Once again, the great people of Iran are exhibiting their remarkable strength and resilience to the world. Unlike the feeble Israeli regime, we do not hide our losses. For every fallen officer or scientist, rest assured 100 more are lining up to take their places." It's not clear how much of a nuclear program there is left for them to work on, or whether making a new deal with the US is the way forward. Iran says if Donald Trump genuinely wants to make a new agreement, he needs to abandon his disrespectful and unacceptable tone. Public grief and rage now added to the mix. Eric Twarchek, ABC News.